Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I've been running and building online businesses since 2013. So it's been more than 13 years now. And initially I was involved in building affiliate websites and involved in a lot of SEO projects, and later got into the Experiment platform, and we are approaching the 7 years mark of it. So you're seeing the SEO industry evolving through the core updates and how the industry has evolved in the last 10 plus years.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
The reason for selling the business is we are starting a couple of projects in the software industry, which requires high capital. And me and my business partner always prefer to remain bootstrapped. So that is the reason for selling this business, so that we can fund our other projects.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
The amount of work and the type of work that founders are involved in this business is absolutely minimum, because as a founder, we are involved only in making strategic decisions. Most of the operation and marketing works are fully automated. So only the strategic decisions has to be taken by the upcoming buyer.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
There are plenty of ways to grow this business, and we haven't yet properly explored those options. So to grow the revenue, I would particularly focusing on US market and European markets, because we haven't yet properly focused on US and European markets due to the requirement of spending a lot on paid market in those particular markets. But I believe by focusing on US and European markets, we can increase the revenue. And the second option would be to upsell the current customers with the various different products, such as providing them content or providing them a hosting service, so that they can bring the expired domains back to life. So we haven't yet explored upselling option as well. So these are the two ways to grow the business, by expanding into US and European market, and as well as providing additional services.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
Honestly, there are not much risk with this business. The only biggest risk that I could think of is auction prices. We get the domains from various sources, and one source is by acquiring the domains through auctions, and the auction prices are highly volatile. It keeps on fluctuating. So in case in future, if the auction prices have risen a lot, then it could eat up the profit margin a little bit. But we have observed this trend for a long time, and it has been mostly stable. And we have also diversified our supplying sources to ensure that this risk is mitigated.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
We are ready to provide as much as support the buyer would require. On the listing page of Empire Flippers, we have mentioned 30 days of transition support. But I understand the buyer may require a lot more months. We are willing to provide support as much as the buyer wants. We are fully flexible on that.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
Yes, we are open to earn-out like structure and we are flexible on the terms as well. But we would have a expectation that majority of the funding is upfront. The reason being is we are starting couple of software projects as mentioned earlier, and by getting a upfront funding, we will be able to fund those other projects.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
Absolutely. If I have to put myself in a position of a buyer, I would love to buy a business like this. The reason is automation. We have automated several part of the business and the founder involvement is bare minimum. The founder is involved only in making strategic decisions. Operations and marketing are highly automated and the team is excellent. They know their responsibilities and role.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.